Are you tired of hearing about the same old sleeping habits of humans and common household pets? Well, get ready to be amazed as we dive into the world of 10 animals with the most unusual sleeping habits. From bats hanging upside down to dolphins sleeping with one eye open, these creatures are sure to surprise you with their snooze patterns. So, get ready to join us on this wild and wacky journey through the animal kingdom's sleep habits. You never know, you might even learn a thing or two to improve your own sleep routine. Although we don't recommend trying to sleep like a bat. So, grab your pajamas and a cozy blanket, and let's get started. Bat. Picture this. It's the end of a long day, and you're ready to hit the hay. But instead of snuggling up in your cozy bed, you decide to hang upside down from the ceiling. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, for bats, it's just another night's sleep. Believe it or not, hanging upside down is the perfect position for these winged wonders. Not only does it keep them safe from predators on the ground, but it also allows them to take off in a moment's notice if danger approaches. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to wake up and fly away from their problems? But how do they manage to stay upside down all night without falling off? It's all thanks to their trusty talons. These little claws are strong enough to keep them suspended in midair for hours on end. Talk about a power nap. So, the next time you're feeling down about your less than ideal sleeping position, just remember, bats have got it all figured out. Maybe we should all take a page from their book and try hanging upside down for a change. Who knows, it might just be the secret to a good night's sleep. Sea otter. Ah, the sweet serenity of nap time. For sea otters, there's no better place to catch some zeds than the water. That's right, these little critters take snoozing to a whole new level by floating on their backs like they're on vacation. But it's not just for the ocean view. No. Floating on their backs actually keeps them safe from predators on land. Plus, they have a clever trick up their sleeves, or should we say, under their fur, to avoid drifting away with the current, seaweed blankets. These fuzzy creatures wrap themselves up like burritos in strands of seaweed to stay put and snooze the day away. And if you think napping alone is the way to go, think again. Sea otters have a whole crew of nap buddies, with up to 100 of them forming an otter raft to snooze together. Some even hold hands, or paws, to keep the group together. Talk about squad goals. So, the next time you're feeling stressed and in need of a nap, take a page out of the sea otter's playbook. Find yourself a seaweed blanket, grab some nap buddies, and float away into dreamland. It's the ultimate relaxation experience. Just watch out for those curious sea lions. Giraffe. We've all had those days where we feel like we could nap for hours on end. But for giraffes, that's simply not an option. These towering creatures have to stay on high alert at all times, which means catching some zeds in the middle of the open plains is a risky business. So what's a giraffe to do? Nap in short intervals, of course. These guys are masters of power napping, catching only 5 minutes of shut-eye at a time and averaging just 30 minutes a day. Talk about living life in the fast lane. And it's not just the duration of their naps that's impressive, it's also how they do it. Sometimes they'll take a seat and rest their heads on their backs, we've all been there, but other times they'll stay on their feet, ready to run at a moment's notice. That's some next level multitasking if you ask us. So, the next time you're feeling like you just can't function without a solid 8 hours of sleep, remember the giraffe's secret to success: short, sweet, and always ready to run. Maybe we could all take a lesson from these speedy snoozes and try a power nap or two. Just don't forget to set your alarm, you wouldn't want to be late for your next meal. Dolphin. We all know how annoying it is to have to set an alarm to wake up in the morning. But for dolphins, staying alive requires a whole other level of conscious effort. These aquatic mammals have to actively think about breathing, even when they're catching some Z's. Talk about never getting a break. To make things even more complicated, dolphins have come up with a pretty nifty sleep hack: unihemispheric sleep. This means they shut down only half of their brain at a time, allowing them to catch some much needed rest while still keeping one eye open, literally. It's like they're half asleep and half awake at the same time. Talk about multitasking. But this isn't just a fun party trick. Unihemispheric sleep is a crucial survival technique for dolphins. It allows them to stay alert for potential predators or danger while still getting some much needed rest. Plus, it helps prevent them from drowning, something we humans never have to worry about while snoozing on land. So, the next time you're feeling like you just can't handle another early morning wake-up call, remember the dolphins. They're out there working twice as hard just to catch some Z's. And who knows, maybe we could all benefit from a little unihemispheric sleep. It's like a whole new level of mindfulness meditation. Great frigate bird. We all know the feeling of trying to catch some shut-eye on a long flight. But imagine having to do it while actually flying the plane, or, being a bird. That's the reality for the great frigate bird, who can stay airborne for months at a time. Talk about a frequent flyer. But here's the kicker. These birds only sleep in short bursts, typically lasting just 7 to 12 seconds. That's less time than it takes to read this sentence. In fact, they only get about 40 minutes of sleep per day while flying, a fraction of what they'd get on solid ground. So, why do they bother with such a risky sleep schedule? Well, when you're flying non-stop for months, you don't really have a choice. But there's actually a pretty cool science behind it too. By sleeping in short bursts, the great frigate bird can stay alert and responsive to changes in its surroundings. Plus, it's able to maintain its aerial acrobatics without missing a beat. So, the next time you're on a long flight and feeling a bit envious of those lucky birds soaring above the clouds, remember that they're working hard for their sky-high lifestyle. And who knows, maybe a few seconds of shut-eye here and there is all we need to reach our own lofty goals. Chimpanzee. When it comes to sleep, chimpanzees are all about comfort and style. Forget those plain old boring beds. These primates prefer to curl up in their very own leafy nests high up in the trees. It's like a treehouse, but for napping. Of course, there's more to it than just aesthetics. Building a nest up high keeps them out of reach from any pesky predators that might be lurking around. And, let's be real, who wouldn't want to wake up to a stunning view of the treetops every morning? But these chimpanzees aren't just slapping together any old nest. They're pretty picky about their real estate choices. They'll scout out the sturdiest branches and leaves to build the ultimate sleep fortress. Move over, Martha Stewart. So, if you're ever in the jungle and come across a chimpanzee nest, don't be surprised if it puts your own bedroom to shame. These primates have got sleep style down to a science. Duck. When it comes to safety in numbers, ducks have it all figured out. They know that the world can be a dangerous place, even when you're just trying to catch some zuz. So, what do? They team up, of course. These feathered friends have a pretty impressive sleeping arrangement. They line up in rows, like little duck soldiers. But it's not just about looking cute and organized. No. The ducks on the outside of the row are keeping a watchful eye out for any potential threats while the ducks in the middle can relax and snooze with both eyes closed. Talk about a dream team. It's a clever strategy, really. By working together, they can ensure that everyone stays safe while they catch some much needed shut-eye. And who knows, maybe they even take turns being the lookout so everyone gets a chance to rest. So, next time you see a row of ducks snoozing away, remember that there's more to it than meets the eye. These little quackers are experts at teamwork and safety. Meerkat. When it comes to snoozing, meerkats are all about that cozy, cuddly life. These adorable little critters live in tight-knit societies led by alpha males and females. And when it's time to catch some Zeds, they take that sense of community to the next level. You see, meerkats don't just curl up in their own little spots to sleep. Oh no, they pile up on top of each other like a big meerkat sandwich. And of course, the alpha meerkats get the prime spot right in the middle, far away from any potential danger. It's basically like a meerkat slumber party, and it's pretty darn cute. You can just imagine them snuggling up together, sharing stories about their day and drifting off to sleep. But don't let their cuddly appearance fool you. These meerkats are serious about their hierarchy and protecting their community. So, even in their sleep, they're always keeping an eye out for any potential threats. It's just another example of how these little creatures work together to thrive in the wild. Horse. You might think sleeping standing up is a little weird, but for horses, it's all part of their unique sleeping habits. As prey animals, horses need to be constantly on guard, and sleeping on their feet allows them to be ready to flee at a moment's notice. To make this possible, they use a nifty trick called the stay apparatus, which is basically a system of muscles and tendons that lock their limbs in place. But don't worry, they do lie down for a proper snooze every now and then, as standing up only allows for light sleep. Who knew horses were such lightweights when it comes to sleep? Walrus. If only we could nap as effortlessly as walruses do. These blubbery beasts can snooze anywhere, whether on land or in the water. And let's be real, who wouldn't love to catch some Zeds while floating around in the ocean? To top it off, walruses have a nifty trick up their flippers to stay afloat in their slumber. By filling their pharyngeal pouches with air, they can keep their heads above water without even trying. Talk about a handy sleeping hack. And there you have it, folks. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the weird and wonderful world of animal sleep habits. From the great frigatebird gliding through the air to the meerkat taking turns keeping watch, these animals sure know how to catch some naps in style. So, whether you are a fan of sleeping upside down like a bat or standing up like a horse, one thing is for sure, the animal kingdom is full of surprises. Who knows what other bizarre snooze patterns are out there waiting to be discovered? Until then, we'll leave you to your own unique sleeping habits. Sweet dreams, and don't forget to set your alarm for the morning.